Most think of Rio de Janeiro when they imagine Brazil, but the República is massive, diverse and full of adventure. Beautiful small towns in Brazil line the 4,650 miles of coastline, offering the adventurous, incredible tropical experiences. The rainforest hides old colonial towns full of Baroque churches, revealing a glimpse back in time. And cultural activities are abuzz in towns less traveled by tourists. In this video, we explore the most beautiful small towns in Brazil. We've collected a list of the top beautiful small towns in Brazil, so make sure to include them in your list if you're a visitor. At first in the list, number 1, Morro de Sao Paulo. You may be fooled into thinking that Morro de Sao Paulo is a picturesque village sitting on the coast of the Mediterranean. The splendid beauty of this coastal town brings in thousands of tourists every year. It's easy to see why as you traverse sand-covered streets, calm clear waters and an easy-going nightlife. The small town is actually situated on a tiny island where no cars are allowed. Jungle covers the 3 hilltops that make up Morro de Sao Paulo, and it is surrounded by shallow Atlantic waters. Number 2, Tiradentes. The state of Minas is known for its blue mountain hiking trails, and Tiradentes serves as a refuge for those seeking the beauty of nature. The colonial charm of the town cannot be ignored. Antique shops, boutiques, friendly locals and delicious restaurants draw tourists in by the thousands during the weekends. Locals are all too eager to take you on a romantic horse carriage ride through town. Number 3, Lencois. You'll find the adventurous about to explore nearby Chapada Diamantina National Park in Lencois. The northeastern part of Bahia is mostly dusty Sertão desert. But Lencois is situated in a beautiful mountainous wooded area. It is an old diamond mining town that is still showing off the riches it once accumulated. Hole-in-the-wall restaurants can be found lining the cobblestone streets, and brightly colored 19th-century buildings really catch the eye. Number 4, Trancoso. Trancoso, in the Bahia province, was inaccessible to the rest of Brazil until the 1970s. Surrounded on 3 sides by thick, dense jungle and the 4th side by the ocean, Trancoso has developed a culture distinct from the rest of Brazil. Sitting on protected shores that offer abundant beaches, the town moves at a very slow pace, with businesses closing in the afternoons. As the sun sets, you'll find the only illumination coming from lights strung between the trees. Number 5, Pirenopolis. Every year, 45 days after Easter, the Festa do Divino Espírito Santo breaks out in the small Goiás town of Pirenopolis. The popular mounted horse festival, along with colonial architecture and roaring waterfalls, makes this a popular tourist destination. The oldest church in Goiás, Igreja Nossa Senhora do Rosário de Meia Ponte, can be found here amongst the magnificent buildings. And the cavalhadas has been taking place since 1826, where horsemen dress up as Moors and Christians to recreate a battle waged by Charlemagne. Number 6, Bonito. Bonito is ecotourism. The town itself has one street, but it contains everything you need to enjoy your ecotourism stay. Bonito is surrounded by incredible beauty that is fervently protected by the government and regulation. In fact, most of the surrounding area is off-limits, but you can still enjoy some jaw-dropping scenery. There are places where lakes form inside of caves full of stalactites, and where waterfalls pour into cooling rivers that are so clear you can snorkel without a mask. Number 7, Paraty. The green coast of Rio de Janeiro is home to Paraty, also spelled Paraty. The bay is full of lush islands, jungle hills backdrop the bright white colonial buildings, and the peninsula hides beaches waiting to be found. Motor vehicles are not allowed in town because the old cobblestone is too irregular, making Paraty a walker's paradise. It also helps preserve the beautiful centuries-old buildings. The sheer beauty of the town can draw thousands to make for an overcrowded experience, especially during the summer months. Number 8. Porto de Galinhas. Snorkelers come to the small coastal town for its amazing reefs. You'll find homey pousadas next to towering 5-star resorts. Translated into English as the Port of Chickens, this incredibly popular beach destination has a dark past. The name alludes to a time when the slave trade came to Brazil. Technically illegal, slave traders brought their human cargo under the guise that they were chickens. White sand beaches stretch for miles in every direction from town, while the local government works hard to preserve a semblance of village ambiance against the rising tide of tourist crowds. Number 9. Goias Velho. In the center of the country, surrounded by rivers and sitting atop rugged terrain, is Goias Velho. Once the capital of Goiás, this small town in Brazil is bursting with important local history. The cobblestone streets are still illuminated by lamps that must be lit by hand, and the white colonial cottage homes are breathtaking. You'll find a handful of beautiful Baroque churches that draw thousands every year during Semana Santa, or Holy Week. And on July 25, on the anniversary of the town's founding, Goias Velho becomes the capital of the state once again for 3 days. At last in the list, number 10, Praia de Pipa. Next to the city of Natal in the state of Rio Grande do Norte sits perhaps one of Brazil's most famous beaches, Pipa Beach. The beach seems to stretch forever, with swirling lagoons, medium-sized waves for surfing, dolphin and sea turtle sightings, hostels, bars, restaurants and shopping, all set against magically tall cliffs. The narrow main street of the town runs about 1.25 miles, with alleys shooting down to the beach. Tourist vans and full-size buses drop tourists off at both ends of this main street. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite beautiful small towns in Brazil? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.